Hello, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a love coming spread for all of my Virgos out there for the week of March 1st into the 7th. So let's get after it. Okay. Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, moon, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. Some of the cards I need to see. Some of the cards I need to see. What kind of love or energy is coming towards my Virgos during the week of March 1st to the 7th? What kind of love or energy is coming towards my fellow Virgos during the week of March 1st into the 7th? Show me the cards I need to see. Okay, it feels good. Alright, so we're dealing with an individual here that is kind of waiting for the fruit to ripen on a tree. So they've put some things out there. They've put some feelers out there. They've approached you. They've communicated with you. They've expressed their desire to be with you. And and at this very moment, it's just kind of waiting just to kind of see what happens, in other words. Okay? And in doing so, that does have them... okay, 7 of Pentacles there. Didn't know if I put that up or not. With that being said, that does have them feeling a little bit, got the 8 of Swords here. They are kind of feeling like their hands are tied behind their back, all right? They are kind of feeling kind of boxed in a little bit. Because things are not progressing as quickly or as efficiently as they thought they would. And that's because they are a younger air sign individual. Okay, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius energy here. So, again, Page of Swords. You can interchange immaturity with an experience. It could be a little bit of both. It could be more one than the other. But there is definitely that perspective going on here. But a little bit of both. A little bit of naivete, but also a little bit of immaturity as well. As well. And so, they're just kind of waiting, to think like, wow, they thought once they laid it out there, they were, things were going to come flooding in, and it didn't. So that's kind of got them a little bit worried. That being said, they are aware that there are very distinctly two distinct choices that they have that they can make here. Either they can continue to wait to see if the pursuit of the relationship with you is really going to start to show the kind of traction and the kind of interest that you begin to show the kind of interest in them that they show in you. I mean, kind of interest they have to you, you're going to show to them. Sorry, it's getting late, y'all. I got like 2 more of these to do, so forgive me. All right, so at any rate, so that's what's going on there with that. Okay, so a very distinct, 2 clear, distinct decisions. Now, with that being said, the Wheel of Fortune, however, is beginning to move in their favor. Okay, so they kind of have, they kind of did get to you a little bit, and things are kind of beginning to move in their favor. Okay, and so that's a good thing. Now, we also here have a air sign individual, okay? Another air sign individual, a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Now, this individual is approaching in a pursuit of relationship with you with a very clear, mindset, a very clear motivation, a very clear objective, okay? And that is to be a bit of a sneak. Okay, this individual is going to be a little bit sneaky. This person is not as upfront and honest as they are coming off. They are definitely they're definitely someone that is perpetrating a certain type of mindset, being a certain type of person, but they're kind of engaged in some sneaky behavior. This is the type of individual that probably has a girlfriend, possibly even a fiance. Okay, and they're kind of trying to pursue a relationship with you. Um, now, uh, the good news here is that you got the Ten of Swords here. Okay, so whatever type of sneaky behavior that they were engaged in, they're kind of left kind of feeling stabbed in the back here. I'm going to get some clarification on this, but the sense that I have here is that that their smooth persona wasn't quite as smooth as they thought it was. So let's get some clarification on this Ten of Swords. Why is this Ten of Swords? Give me some clarification on this Ten of Swords. Why is this Ten of Swords here? Give me some clarification on this Ten of Swords. Why is this Ten of Swords here? Okay. Yeah. Tower moment. Okay. Tower moment. So, there was this, or at least on their part, they thought that they were being, very charismatic about how they were approaching the situation, but they kind of got caught up and they kind of started kind of believing their own press, so to speak, and they kind of got caught, or you kind of had a feeling that, hey, this individual is there's something a little bit off about this. Okay, and they ended up getting stabbed in the back here, because the Tower moment was them being discovered, a sudden event, something that they said they kind of slipped up or something to that effect, and you use your intuition and was like, okay, I see what's going on here. So that's the good news, that you were able to maneuver around the minutia, if you will. So with that being said, let's see what types of strengths that you're going to be dealing with here. What types of strengths are my Virgos dealing with here? What kind of strengths are my fellow Virgos dealing with here? What kind of strengths are my fellow Virgos dealing with here? Here we go. Here we go. I have to fix this light here for me. That's better. All right, so here we go. So, my fellow Virgos, we have the Three of Swords here. All right. So that represents an individual that has you have been the victim, as have we all, of a third-party situation, a broken heart. So you know what to look for, okay? You know what to look for in a situation such as that, all right? All right. You know what to look for in a situation such as that. And so you've been able to pretty much inoculate yourself against that type of situation, all right? Which is probably why you were able to sense, okay, what was going on with this with this air sign individual. You were probably able to kind of pick up on, like, yeah, right. You were able to pick up on that, so that's a good thing. Also, you want your wishes fulfilled. Okay, you're looking to have your wishes fulfilled at this particular time around. Also, there's a great amount of courage and passion that you have in the pursuit of relationships. Okay. Now, we also have here the Knight of Swords. That's an energy. That's someone, they will, you will cut a nonsense out very, very quickly. So if someone, which is what you did here, which is why, okay, which is, again, the Tower moment, something sudden, a sudden event, something sudden. Once it was discovered that this individual was not the person they were pretending to be, their situation wasn't how it was coming off to be, how they were pushing that situation off to be. Once it was discovered, you immediately cut it off very quick, very, very swiftly. Knights of Swords is all about cutting off things very, very quickly. Um, and in addition to that, it could be fortunate or unfortunate, depending on how you look at it. Knight of Swords also, when they do cut off the energy, it's cut off an individual. Sometimes it can be rather harsh, rather harsh, kind of like a bull through a china shop. So the Knight of Swords energy is an energy that represents someone that kind of acts first and then thinks later. And in this particular case, it was very quick, very harsh, and very sudden. Okay. Um, we also have Seven of Swords. Again, these are all your strengths. Okay. And you have, again, strength is this particular strength. Seven of Swords in this particular case, with this particular reading, is a strength because you recognize the telltale signs of the sneaky behavior. Like the rhetoric was not exactly matching up with the reality of the situation, and you were able to discover that relatively quickly. All right. You're looking for an equal give and take. Have a sense of moderation. You want to be generous and courteous, but you're also looking to receive that generosity and courteousness as well. You also have very warm, vibrating energy, so you're putting out positive, energetic vibes. You're also looking to receive those. Okay. You're naturally a very generous, a very giving individual, very charitable individual, if you will. And finally here we have the Ten of Pentacles. So you are looking to create something that's going to last beyond you and beyond your partner. So in other words, you're looking to create a legacy type of situation. Financial stability is the key to any long-term relationship, in my opinion, because financial issues, any really serious relationship, can start to cause problems after a while. But if you're both on the same page as far as creating something financially solid, and then you bring kids into the situation, children rather, it creates more of a there's more chance to have a successful transition from being single, not being single, from being just you and your partner to having children. It's a more successful leap from one aspect to the other. So with that being said, let's see what additional things, what possible things from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this particular situation, particular love interest here. So let's see. What potential things from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this particular situation? What potential things from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this particular situation? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords. That means there's a lot of contemplating and reflecting that you do. Now, in the past, maybe not so much, okay? Also, as I was discussing, as far as you being able to, you moving forward, we have the King of Wands. King of Wands is an individual that has the energy. They look towards the future. Think about the future, the big picture, if you will. They don't think about, they think about the macro instead of the micro. And that's pretty much what that's all about here. Again, a little bit younger, maybe not in your younger years, you really didn't do a lot of thinking about tomorrow. Was all about immediacy. A little bit older, a little bit more wiser. So, your mindset has changed a bit. Also, we have the Two of Swords here. So, you are very much aware that your life has taken an impasse. You're at in a fork in the road in your life, if you will, as far as relationships go. And, there's a belief that your best days are still ahead of you, okay? And again, there's this learning that has taken place, okay? So that's why, that's why with the Four of Swords, a lot of contemplating, reflecting, those that do not learn from the past, or destined to repeat the same patterns of behavior over and over and over again. And you have self-awareness, in other words, okay? And finally, we have the Knight of Swords, okay? And like I said, as I previously discussed, as one of your strengths, back in the past, you know, maybe you more than likely stayed with situations maybe a little bit longer. You stayed in the relationships maybe a little bit longer than you should have past the expiration date, okay? Um, Now, again, a little bit more wisdom, a little bit more experience, thinking about the future. You'll cut things out very, very quickly. Not as to not get caught up in all of the nonsense. You know, if it doesn't feel right, you know, doesn't feel right, doesn't vibe right, you just you'll cut it out. You're not even be bothered with it and move on. Okay. So with that being said, let's see what additional information Spirit wants to give. Before I shut this thing down here, what additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down here. Here we go. Outstanding. So we have dependability. Spirit is telling you that, you know what? You want to make sure the relationship that you get into, that, you know, you're going to be able to depend on an individual, mentally, emotionally. No one is now and unto themselves for the most part. But you know, it helps to have somebody to kind of bounce things off of, ideas. Everyone needs that shoulder to cry on, if you will, to kind of help guide them through some of those rough spots. So, keep dependability is a key here. And again, you know, your strengths or their weaknesses are your strengths. So you can kind of, you know, you can create the whole unit. You kind of help each other along. And that's very key. Very, very, very key to any successful relationship. Okay? Being able to kind of help balance each other out. All right? At any age, by the way. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, at any age. It's important. Also here, we have heat. There is a great deal of passion. Now, as far as the the Ace of Swords energy here, there's not much heat there. There's a lot of deception there. But as far as this Page of Swords energy here, there's the potential for there to be a lot of heat, a lot of sexual energy, a lot of passion that's here with this particular situation. So Spirit's saying that's something that you may want to watch out for. You have a reaction. Okay, so again, as far as reaction goes, as you're progressing forward here, you know, you got a lot of strength looking forward towards the future. Your best days are in front of you then, as opposed to being behind you. You know, you're going to be reflecting this change, this movement, this positivity, and it's going to cause people going to react one way or the other, whether it be positive or negative. It's just going to happen. Spirit's trying to say, hey, just, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Expect a reaction. Expect there to be a reaction. It's going to be more positive than negative, but when it comes in terms of the negative, just expect it, okay? And just keep moving forward. Just keep doing you. You're on a great path. You got a lot of great strengths. And at this point, it's just a matter of like dotting I's and crossing T's, and you'll be fine. All right, so with that being said, I'm shutting this thing down now. If you have not already, please like, please share, and please subscribe. Also, do not forget to hit the notification bell to be notified about all my videos that I drop. This is a general love reading. If it did not resonate with you, that is okay. If you want to know something about your particular situation, again, I'll leave a link below. Feel free to get a personal reading if this did resonate with you. And you want to know a little bit more about this particular situation, again, the link will be below. Get a personal reading. My name is Adonis. I love you guys, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye-bye.